Hi, and welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. I'm Bobby Quarters. Chaos is here with me as well. We just wanted to thank you for watching.
Yes. Hey, Bobby.
And hey, and while you're here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on YouTube as well as Chaos and the podcast channel, which all three of those channels will be streaming this very show you're about to watch. All these counselors start dropping dead, left and right. Heinous killings. Turns out, that kid who drowned the year before, his mother came back to that camp and exacted revenge.
I'm not going to be the Dragon Warrior anymore?
You will advance to spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace.
Not even the great Dragon Warrior.
Who's that?
The most powerful shape-shifting sorceress, the Chameleon.
What is this place?
The best crooks and criminals live here.
You're a wanted criminal?
You sound surprised. Is it surprising?
Why should we help you?
We can take down the Chameleon together.
Warrior.
It's who I am. Skadoosh. What do I know about being a spiritual leader?
What is it you're holding?
A cookie?
You were chosen to become something more than you already
I've broken the 6 to 12 minute barrier. I've conquered brain death.
His experiments have always been unorthodox. But lately they're getting out of hand. And he's just made a discovery that could wake up the dead.
Herbert West has effected reanimation in dead animal tissue.
15 cc's of reagent being administered.
Once you wake up the dead, you've got a real mess on your hands.
This is Professor Xavier's School for the Gifted. All of us here are mutants, like yourself, Lily. How to control our mutant powers for the benefit of mankind.
But then why do people hate us?
Your violence will solve nothing. We must use our special gifts to bring peace to mankind. If we fail, there will be a civil war.
Damn, Bobby.
Hey.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
We have 3 topics that are family appropriate for all ages.
You sure about that?
I definitely didn't overlook anything. Okay, I kind of blinked out for the middle one, but I think we're pretty safe. But we just roll the dice on that one.
I mean, as long as we don't bring up some clips like we did with Samurai Cop, I think. We should be okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry.
I think there was.
Or I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. If you don't bring up any clips,
True.
I don't know why
It
you
was
had
on
that
me.
timestamp saved.
And that is only available if you are watching live at that moment. So
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. Early experiment in streaming this podcast. If you guys missed it, you missed some live boobs.
Yes, live boobs, and me just going, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's just go ahead and do
fine. Yeah, we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
that. Yeah.
We are doing it live.
Yeah, fuck it. Do
Although,
it live.
I mean, we got a lot of stuff to go over. Real quick though, this will probably be the last week of Depeche Mode because we got a couple of exciting weeks coming up. Because next week, actually tomorrow, I'm gonna go do the Ministry Gary Newman Frontline Assembly concert, and then next week George and I will do the album ranking and do our album our concert review. And then
people down.
Not Randy Newman.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. You now that you've said that, I kind of want to see a tour of Randy Newman with Ministry now.
I mean, he probably doesn't. He just does like Disney and Pixar soundtracks now.
Yeah, but I think tonally they mesh together very well.
Well, I mean,
maybe
yeah,
maybe if Ministry
I'm not
decides to
too
go back to synth pop.
I'm not too familiar with his catalog outside of what he's done for film and the song "Short People." So, like, doesn't he have a song about Cuyahoga or like Cleveland that they used in Major
That
League?
does sound familiar. I don't know.
I
I mean,
think
they
that is him.
definitely there's
'Cause
a song in Naked. There's a Naked Gun song. I Love L.A., which I might have just been a single too.
No, that wasn't Naked Gun. That was the Naked. Yeah, that was the Naked Gun. That was the Naked Gun. I thought you said Lethal Weapon for some reason. I was gonna say that was not Lethal Weapon.
That'd be hilarious if
that was Clapton. That was Clapton, man.
Yeah. But also in 2 weeks we got Horror Hound, which is part of why we're talking about Reanimator. So
yes,
a couple of exciting weeks on the podcast. Not that every week isn't exciting, because every week is exciting. You should watch every
I'm actually getting excited. I'm actually getting very excited for Horror Hound.
Yeah. No, I'm always excited for the conventions and the concerts, and then when they're over, I'm just so wiped out.
Yeah,
but
I'm looking forward to it. Like 3 days packed in like a convention center with a bunch of fellow fans. Bad coffee, overpriced bad food. It's gonna be great.
You know what? I'm gonna meet Jeffrey Combs. I'm probably gonna meet Sam Raimi. I might put aside some money for Sam Raimi because that'd be awesome too. Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go up to the booth and at least get an autograph.
Yeah,
if they're signing, or at least have a chance to thank Sam. Just thank you.
Yeah.
But also, who doesn't have any pay to meet? You could just go up and meet him. Lloyd Kaufman from Troma Films.
Wait, do they ask you to pay if you're just gonna walk up and meet him?
I mean, there's the information I saw. There's no real paid photo ops for him or anything. I'm pretty sure
weird.
you could. And when I was there a few years ago, their booth was huge.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I know for most people,
they had
usually there's a line you just walk up and talk.
Yeah, I think they will be. I mean, when I was there, he was in a cosplay the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he stood next to me at one point. I remember because I saw the costume. I was like, I remember that guy.
Hello, Nicholas. But
Nicholas.
Chuck, you bring up Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. Yeah, we were going to talk a little bit about the Oscars before we get into the main topics. So I pulled up the winners here. I didn't watch the Oscars. I know about a couple of things. Essentially, I know that one of the awards was presented by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, obvious twins reunion. But they had some fun with it because they had Michael Keaton in the audience giving them the evil eyes while they did it, which was just all types of fun.
Even though Keaton never faced off against Schwarzenegger, but semantics.
No, but same continuity. A Batman facing off against Batman villains.
Clooney is technically, he's played Batman as many times as, he's played Bruce as many times as Keaton. So, no, Keaton has him beat. He's played the role
Keaton's
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, and Clooney too.
George would be twice, just barely.
He appeared as Bruce Wayne. That's what he was at least
very
moderately better at. But it's what he was better at portraying.
That is true. Okay, so Clooney's Batman sucked, but his Bruce Wayne was actually pretty fucking good.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, he's a good actor.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's the opposite
Batman
for Kilmer. I feel the exact opposite towards Kilmer. I thought his Batman was great. His Bruce,
I think Kilmer's underrated. But I will say, I actually think Clooney's Bruce is better than Kilmer's Bruce.
Yes, but the Batman, he was better as Batman.
Oh yeah, no, Kilmer as the overall package, I thought was definitely better.
But Keaton's the best because he has killed a guy.
He's killed a lot of guys.
Yeah, I'm talking about that one clown with the circus man with the dynamite. Yeah, no, that he's dead.
Planted a bomb on him and smiled as he walked away.
He killed a guy.
Got a little dark.
Well, yeah. Well, speaking of things getting dark, let's move on to the Oscars.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. You got on
yeah, it looks like I didn't watch it either. I was watching Kung Fu Panda 4.
I'm sorry. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that Friday. Oh, all right, we'll get to it. Anyways, Oscars, much better movies than Kung Fu Panda 4.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. One that the first one that I heard about of winning was Godzilla -1 winning Best Visual Effects, which as it fucking should have.
No, especially for its budget. That movie looked amazing. It's just a great fucking movie. Honestly, I feel it should have been nominated for more because it's a really good movie. I'm not even seeing visual. There it is. And I want to stress, I love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yeah, I definitely think Godzilla -1 deserved it.
Yeah, Godzilla was better. Just a better movie.
Yeah.
And it looked way better.
I'm saying that loving Guardians 3.
Yeah, I loved Guardians 3, but Godzilla looked better.
No, I'm looking over some of these. I think I need to watch The Boy and the Huron.
I'm curious to see that animated short about the war is over.
The war is over. Yeah. No, there's a couple on here. It's so weird. When I worked for the newspaper, I used to try to just they would have me do a column where I predict the winners. So I'd watch all these movies and get a feel for them. And then this year, I didn't even know the Oscars were coming up until literally the day before when my audience told me on stream. So I was just like, oh, they just jumped up on me. Well, the more I covered it, the more I was like, man, this is just a whole bunch of celebrities kind of doing a circle jerk. But I don't know. It is kind of nice when stuff that is good gets awards. Honestly, for me, I look at the honoraries and I'm like, Angela Bassett and Mel Brooks, if they don't have Oscars yet, and usually that's the honorary. The honorary is these people who have done fantastic work but haven't won awards. Those are well fucking earned. Carol Littleton, I'm not familiar with, but yeah.
Mel, really?
Yeah.
Not even for a soundtrack or a musical?
Yeah. No. Apparently, he probably hasn't won an Oscar. That's usually what the honoraries are for.
Or a lifetime achievement? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nicholas,
absolutely well deserved.
Looking over the Oscars, I really think I wish I'd seen Poor Things. It was something I kept on having on the agenda, but never got around to.
Yeah, we had to reschedule for other stuff, and
we had it on the agenda, but then it just wasn't popping up in theaters around us, and then we ended up doing Godzilla -1 instead, which was a great fucking movie. I don't regret seeing that one at all. But,
no, I actually went and saw it the few days after I watched it for the show. I went with a friend.
It's good.
And it was just you need to see this in theaters. Well, I just have a big screen. No, you need to see it in theaters.
But yeah, Poor Things won quite a bit, and yeah, now I kind of want to see it.
And Emma Stone even took home
knowing more about it. I guess it's kind of like Frankenstein porno, which I'm like, oh, okay.
I kind of find it. That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
Downey took home Best Supporting Actor. That's
one. Oppenheimer won a lot, and first of all, I just want to stress Greta Gerwig not being nominated for Best Director. I'm kind of surprised at some of the ones Barbie got, but Barbie got anything. It should have gotten Best Director, in my opinion, and her not getting nominated. Well, Barbie getting nominated for other stuff.
Well, I mean, since not having to watch these for the show, but I did end up watching both. Clearly, they missed the point of Barbie. Clearly, they missed the point. Oppenheimer, it definitely did earn those, especially for the lead for Best Actor.
Cillian Murphy, I also want to say, when Robert Downey Jr. won for Oppenheimer, I thought about it and I was like, that was really good turn as the villain that he did. He was really good in that. So when the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, he deserved that one for sure. And Grant, I'm saying this, I haven't seen American Fiction or Poor Things yet, so maybe Sterling K. Brown and Mark Ruffalo will change my mind. They're both fantastic actors, but and I loved Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon, but yeah, I definitely think Robert Downey Jr. did
I mean,
better.
De Niro was a real
Ryan-
son of a bitch in that.
Yeah,
Real
he was
son
a
of a
great
bitch.
villain too.
Yeah. It's
And
very
then Ryan-
rare that he plays the bad guy, but he's good when he does it.
He's really good. And Ryan Gosling for Barbie. Listen, I thought he was great, but I'm not like I won't put him on the same level as De Niro or Downey Jr. in this category.
No, he put more chops in
he was
when he
great,
was in
but come
Remember the
on.
Titans than he did Barbie.
Yeah, like he was a fun, entertaining,
And he's-
memorable character, but
And he's hardly in Remember the Titans.
yeah, so that's kind of surprising. He was not made, honestly. And then lead actress Emma Stone, Poor Things. I'd like to see that. I know I haven't seen a whole lot of these. I will say Lily Gladstone was amazing in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I'm a little upset that she didn't win because she was really good in that.
Mm-hmm. And then Best Actor. Again, I haven't seen a lot of these. Wow, I need to get caught up. I'm behind. But Cillian Murphy was fantastic as Oppenheimer, so it's tough to really go up against that. And then Best Picture of these, I might have leaned towards Killers of the Flower Moon, but Oppenheimer's it's not like Oppenheimer's a bad movie. Oppenheimer's really fucking good.
Wait, was visual effects the only one that the only thing that Godzilla was nominated for?
Yeah, and well, it won too. So, but yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere else.
That's the only nomination it had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
There was the other one I wanted to bring up where it was something I disagreed with. I must have scrolled past it. It was
The Zone of Interest. That's one that I haven't watched, but I do want to watch.
Okay, music written for a motion picture. Oppenheimer won that. Oppenheimer had a great soundtrack. That's another one where I won't go off Killers of the Flower Moon, which was I thought that soundtrack was amazing.
Yeah, that one is really good.
But yeah, that's kind of it. Like, again, I wish I'd seen more of these. I usually do, but I came away looking at these going, I really need to watch Poor Things sometime. That's my takeaway. I see Napoleon's nominated a lot. I'll probably check it out at some point. I don't know what it is, but I'm getting a little burnt out on Ridley Scott. He's a good filmmaker and all, but I don't know. Maybe I feel like he's a little bit too much up his own butt. I don't know. Is that fair to say?
I feel that way about Cameron.
Oh yeah. I could see that. I don't know. Cameron at least goes to make like action movies, though. I feel like Ridley Scott just gets caught up in the visuals and not as much in the storytelling as he should.
I mean, Wolfgang Peterson always liked the visual stuff, but God, what was the last movie he did?
He hasn't done one in a while. God, last one I remember was Master and Commander, which is, in my opinion, a very underrated movie.
It is underrated. It very much is.
I don't remember anything else.
That's only, I think. Let me check that.
Yeah, wasn't that like 2004 or something like that?
Something like that.
But absolutely underrated movie, in my opinion.
Oh, probably because he died last year.
Oh, shit. I did not know that.
Neither did I. August 12th.
Oh, well, shit.
He did The Poseidon. He did Troy, The Perfect Storm, Air Force One, Das Boot, In the Line of Fire. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good Clint Eastwood one.
Wait, did he not
Outbreak.
do Master and Commander? Am I brain farting? Who did Master and
Yeah,
Commander?
I don't know. It's probably
That was
Ridley
Wolfgang
Scott.
Peterson. Peter Weir.
Well, that still is a good movie.
I'm completely brain farting. Well, you know what? Master and Commander is still underrated. I can't believe I could have sworn that was Wolfgang Peterson that did that. I don't know why.
He also directed The Never-Ending Story.
Who? Wolfgang Peterson?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Air Force One, The Perfect
Well, holy
Storm.
shit. Peter Weir here has a goddamn good filmography too. He's got Truman Show, Dead Poet Society, Witness. It's not Wolfgang Peterson, but it's nothing to nothing to frown at. No.
Oh yeah, he did Red Corner. That's a good one. Okay, yeah, we could be talking about other.
Yeah, it could go anywhere at this point. I guess my overall point is that if your favorites didn't win at the Oscars, don't get too upset because we're dealing with a whole bunch of really good movies, and this is all subjective. And Oscars are a bit more about who can campaign the best than who is actually making the better movies. Making the better movie will give you an edge, but it's only one element in Oscars. So I would say it's very rarely when I actually sit down and study all the Oscars, and I think the best picture was the actual best movie in my opinion of the year. Very rare.
Yeah,
but doesn't mean that almost always the best picture is usually a pretty fucking good one. So yeah, it is what it is. Are you ready for the main topic?
Oh yeah, let's get on with the deep hurting.
Yeah, because our first movie this week is Kung. I think you called it Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda. Did I typo that? Did I really?
I think you did, and I thought I didn't notice it till later. I was like, oh, I think he had the same opinion I did.
I did. No, that was a typo. But yes.
Oh well, it suits. Listen, I enjoyed the first one for what it was. I thought the second one was really good. The third one I thought was a cool idea, and then the ending sucked. And then this one,
this is the same thing. This was a cool idea, but just horribly executed.
Well, yeah, this one wasn't like a cool idea, and then the ending sucked. This was a cool idea, and just sucked. I mean,
my favorite part was where they said, in the Ferocious Five, they're off on a secret mission, i.e., they couldn't afford to pay them.
Yeah,
they couldn't afford to
shocked.
pay the cast, and then we see them in the credits, but they don't speak.
Yeah, Seth Rogen had a credit, so apparently, he has a brief cameo, I guess, at the end, because the Ferocious Five or Furious Five, I don't remember. They pop up at the end, but they don't say anything.
The Fast Five Furious, yeah, they're furious. Yes, they're not here.
Yeah, they're not here at all. And you just have Poe giving this long explanation as to why they're not here. Well, that's the thing. I was watching this, and at first I was like, maybe this will be good, because at first it almost begins kind of like the second one, where it's there's this big monster and Poe's off fighting it, and I thought it was weird the Furious Five weren't with him, but I was like, oh, okay, this is good. We'll just start off with him doing some kung fu, saving the day. Establish that this is what he does, and then we can get some foes. Oh yeah, and it also begins with the return of Tai Lung, with Ian McShane voicing him,
which was
that
cool.
Also gave that gave me the idea of, oh wow, is this gonna be like the three returning villains come back?
They're gonna is Gary Oldman gonna come back? No,
yeah, Gary Oldman and J.K. Simmons and dude, that could be an awesome idea, and then he has to come up with get some new recruits to help him.
Then they work together.
The Furious Five can handle.
And then him and his past villains work together. No.
Yeah.
No.
No, it wasn't, because pretty soon they established that the main villain's this chameleon lady that can just take the form of like anybody and steal their kung fu, and it was just like, oh,
That's
what?
whack.
So much more boring.
Like that's whack as
So
hell.
much more boring. Chuck Wood, actually, yes, I kind of agree. I can get behind that Tenacious D doing the Britney Spears cover, mostly because it was during the end credits, and I was kind of happy the movie was done. Yeah, this
Meh.
this
Meh.
is yeah. I can get that too.
I'm not a Tenacious D fan, so to me that was meh. But
they made the greatest song in the world, Bobby.
Still don't give a shit.
If only they could remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Obviously, I'm more of a fan, but
and that's
still
cool.
Didn't save
That's
this
cool,
fucking
though. Yeah.
movie. It didn't.
Yeah, that didn't.
Oh God, this was boring.
It kind of was.
So, like, he eventually comes across this thief who's trying to steal stuff from the temple. He's also told he has to train the new Dragon Warrior, and when he comes across this thief, it's like this movie is telegraphed from this point. The thief is voiced by Aquafina.
Yeah,
and I want to stress
who does a great
Awkwafina,
job.
I thought she was annoying in this movie, but like she can be good. Like I enjoyed her quite a bit in Shang-Chi. I thought she was a highlight in Shang-Chi. Overall, a pretty decent movie, and she's a highlight, so that's good on her. And here she did not work for me at all.
Okay,
and it's partially I think because it was so fucking predictable every step that I was going to go through.
Yeah, I kind of called her heel turn.
Yeah. And it was. Oh my God!
And then her face turn. Yeah, that was also.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually working for the bad guy. No, you can't hurt Bo. No, I'm working for the good guy. Yes, we know this story. I wonder if you'll train her to be the next Dragon Warrior. I know. What a twist. I never saw that one coming. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. Like, as soon as she popped up. I'm literally just waiting for the steps to happen. And, one thing I want to add while I'm panning this movie, I took my kids to see this because, of course, I did. My son enjoyed it quite a bit. My daughter thought it was fine. So, like, for the age range this movie's primarily meant for.
Yeah.
It
does its job, yeah. No, like when I saw it, there was...
Yeah.
Well, there was there was a kid in the theater that I saw, and he was enjoying himself.
Yeah.
There was a full-grown adult behind me who was enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like one of those things where it's like, for the primary age range, this is probably fine. For like the older adults who lots of times will enjoy this stuff more or less on equal footing, this one not so much. I feel there's probably a steep.
Now, like there was some good voice casting in this one, just like all the other movies. And the voice cast does a great job. Like I cannot knock them for that.
Yeah, they have Viola Davis as the main villain,
who was fucking great.
Yeah, no, the voice cast for the villains throughout all these movies has been top notch. I'm all for it.
The head of the criminal underworld and the other territory.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the name.
Well, we had Ronnie Chang from the Daily Show in this, which was absolutely like as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, okay, that's pretty.
Yeah, when I heard that voice immediately, I was like, oh, awesome!
It's the Daily Show guy, awesome, yeah.
And then Kwan, yeah,
I was about to say Ke Kwan. It's great that he has this resurgence since Everything Everywhere All at Once because he's great.
Oh, Mr. Beast was in this.
I saw he was in the credits, but I did not catch him. Not that I really know his voice.
Neither do I.
I'm probably one of 3 people who doesn't watch his videos regularly that regularly get like 10 million views.
I know his face more than I know his voice.
Yes, his face on all those thumbnails. I know his face.
And I mean, I have nothing against him.
Like, no, I don't have anything against him either.
I just not his target demo.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Oh, I guess I guess Seth Rogen must have said a line of dialogue or something.
Yeah, I don't remember him at all. Maybe he did a grunt or something.
They had something on sound file.
Yeah. Yeah, this I remember when the second one came out, and DreamWorks said, "We wanna do, like, 6 Kung Fu Panda movies," and this was fresh off the second one, and you know what? I was excited for that idea. I was like, "Wow, if they're like the second one and they just keep building off that one, because the second one's really good, but it's not, like, the best movie ever, so if they could build off that one, dude, like, go on to 6, I'm all game." But then, like, the third one was a letdown, and then this one is this is easily the worst one yet, in my opinion. I really like outside maybe the first like 10 minutes, I did not enjoy this much at all. And and like I said, Viola Davis was good. I really liked having Ian McShane back. And Bryan Cranston and James Hong got to do some buddy comedy stuff that was fine.
Pretty
It was nice
great.
to have them
Yeah,
be
that was
friendly.
yeah, that was nice to have like a little bit of like levity from everything going on.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, just overall, this did not work for me at all.
Yeah,
I guess Bobby, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, for what it was, like I said, it was good. I don't hate the movie or anything. Yeah, just the story just
Hate's
fell
kind of
apart for
strong,
me.
but I
Yeah,
definitely
hate.
not fan.
Yeah, hate's kind of strong, and that's not exactly how I feel about this.
Mhm.
This isn't to catch a Yeti.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, just they want to do 6 of these. You say?
They wanted to, but with the delay between this one and the third one, I will
Yeah,
have
I
to
don't.
see. Unless the
Yeah,
box
well,
office is huge for this one, this may be it. And I don't even know what they would call it after this, since it's like Aquafina's taken over the role.
well, he would be taking over as the spiritual
I
guy, so that
guess.
would be the part he would play. But I'm sure it would be she can't handle it, and she has to go get him to help her.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. This was. Yeah. We capped off this movie series. That's how I feel about it.
Lack of the Furious Five was felt. Yeah, they
Absolutely.
were felt, especially when they painstakingly essentially go through a backstory for each and every single one of them as to why they won't be in this movie. Like when he went over that, I was like, oh,
They couldn't.
that's
Also,
why
you
they
couldn't
weren't
pay the
in that
cast.
initial battle with him.
Also, you couldn't pay
Whoa.
the cast.
Mhm.
I might have said that aloud. The people next to me
Well, it felt like
did not
that.
appreciate my take.
Yeah. Well, with the ending of this, I kind of assume it's clearly left open for a Kung Fu Panda 5. I don't know if I'm interested.
Well, traditionally, we could put this. We can't apply the Star Trek rule with this.
Mhm.
Like how every odd
Yeah.
numbered one is crap.
Yeah. Well, now we have an even one. That's the worst one yet. So
I don't know. I mean, traditionally the 5th movie in a series is either really great and has like the cult following, or is just the final frontier.
Ooh.
So
Ooh. Yeah, Poe's gonna search for God. What does God need with Kung Fu? Okay, now I want a Kung Fu Panda 5.
of just them merging, they just take Final Frontier but make it like kind of kung fu, like this.
Yeah.
How they kind of made a kung fu movie with this one too.
Yeah. They could have fun with it. But yeah. Not a fan of this one at all.
Yeah. So let's move on to another family-friendly topic.
Reanimator. This is a great family movie. Well, I mean, I did share it with my daughter, but like, yeah, she's into this stuff.
How did she feel about it?
Hey, she felt about like me. Like it's a fun little cheesy movie. It's definitely a horror movie of its time, but I don't know. Like Jeffrey Combs is like the life of the party with this one.
Isn't he great?
Oh my god! Like, and for so much of it, he's essentially the villain for most of it, and then like
he is the villain
towards the end, he's not, but he gets the ambiguous end. Yeah, it's like none of the characters are really good guys here, except maybe the dean's daughter who's dating the main guy, who I can't think of his name. Not Jeffrey Combs' roommate, who
The guy who didn't know how to
Yeah.
button his shirt through most of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. The more of the like he's more your typical nice guy, but like once he realizes Jeffrey Combs is like, well, I mean, Jeffrey Combs becomes his roommate and then kills their cat and then reanimates it. It's like, maybe you should just kick him out for that because I would.
Yeah, like, why didn't you throw his ass on the curb the second he killed
Yeah.
your cat?
Yeah, and he has this terrible excuse, and it's like, well, maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't jump to conclusion. No, he killed your
No.
cat,
He was like,
guys.
what do you want me to do? Its head was stuck in a jar. Do you want me to leave a note? Cat dead, details later?
Yeah,
That line is still
that
hilarious.
was kind of hilarious. Yeah, cat dead, details later, and he delivers it so like deadpan Jeffrey Combs.
I know what I'm going to have to ask him to sign my photo with.
Oh, God.
Cat dead, details later.
That sounds hilarious, actually.
Well, so
Oh, God.
I told you, you didn't let me know
I
when
would
you
love it
watched
if he
this.
signed a Wayoon that. If he has a Wayoon face shot and just say, sign it, cat dead, details later. Just have it all be confused.
So I told you during the panel I'm going to make an ass of myself. So
Yeah.
whatever questions Reanimator related questions you want to ask him. I'm going to ask him. So I was told Rufus would be here. Is Rufus not attending this Q&A as well? Rufus being the cat.
Oh.
I know that's going to get a groan from the room.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, but as we later find out in this movie, though, Jeffrey Combs' character Herbert West is not at all the bad guy. I mean, he's not doing good
he's
things.
not a good guy, but
he's not that evil. The professor.
There's worse in this movie.
Yeah, there's a doctor teacher here
Carl Hill,
who is a slimy old pervert.
Yeah, no, he's a slimy piece of shit throughout the whole movie.
Even after Herbert kills him.
Yeah, Herbert, like, there's this running gag where they keep on killing people, but then, like, Herbert's, like, getting this juice ready, and it's almost like, do you want to reanimate him? And it's like, yeah, he's just addicted. He's like, I want to see if it will work better this time, because it works great every time, guys. Let's if once you fail, just keep on plowing through.
Well, especially when they reanimated the whole room of corpses.
Yes. Oh dear, this corpse is going insane. Let's reanimate another one and see if it goes better.
Oh well, this is yeah. A quick experiment goes south very fast.
Yeah. But yeah, this was fun. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess we've kind of gone over the story, but the whole story is essentially about her. Well, we primarily follow the scientist who isn't Herbert West, but it's kind of about Herbert West, and he's the scientist who's figured out how to inject this green neon ooze into people.
Reanimate dead tissue.
Reanimate them. Yes. How does this work?
They never really.
He just gets the syringe of green neon ooze, and
he breaks this like glow. He breaks glow stick material up, mixes it together, sticks it in a syringe, and then just
and reanimated. Yeah,
it could even bring it could bring half a cat back.
Yeah, but then you have Carl Hill, whose his main thing is not only
money,
sleazy, but like he steals. He steals ideas and stuff, and Herbert West accused him fairly early on of just like
he's like the Carlos Mencia of that university.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then fairly quickly he's trying to steal this shit. Herbert kills him because kind of what they do in this movie.
And I kind of agree with Herbert on that. I mean, maybe he should have knocked him out. I don't think he needed to decapitate the guy. That might have been a little bit much.
But he decapitated him and then he reanimated him because
the head. Yeah. Then somehow, here's why did he reanimate the body and walk away from it? Why didn't he just reanimate the head?
I know.
Like you fucked up there, Huey.
Yeah, no, he kills him, cuts off his head, and then reanimates the head, and then reanimates the body separately.
Why
I
the
just
hell
assumed
would
he'd
you do that
reanimate
when
the
you're
head,
having a
but yeah.
conversation with the head? Like,
And and then like the main villain of the movie is this decapitated body just carrying around this head in a pan, essentially, which is, I'm not gonna lie, kind of great. I kind of love that aspect.
the visual effects are
Yeah. So
so good in this, though.
yeah, the gore effects in this are really good.
Mhm.
Over the top, but kind of like that's what a movie like this kind of needs. And like
Yeah.
just the practical gore effects are really fucking good.
This is definitely something I categorize of I will be severely disappointed and judgmental if they ever remake it.
I don't even know how. Like, who do you
uh,
get to play Herbert West after Jeffrey Combs? Who?
I don't know. I don't know. But I would only I don't know. I mean, they would probably get it nice to make Combs be Hill, which that would be
That could be fun. Hell is
that could be
older, so that
fun,
would
yeah.
make sense. Yeah, they could
But
have fun with that.
I mean, I don't trust Hollywood, man. I just hope that
Yeah.
that never happens because yeah, I will be very judgmental and
Mhm.
disappointed.
Yeah, but yeah. Listen, is this like a great Academy Award winning movie? No, but is this fun? Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. This is a cheesy
One of my
horror at its best.
favorites. One
Yeah.
of my favorites. In
Um.
all of its cheesy goodness.
Yes. Yes.
But I think Hubert also has or Combs has some great deliveries of lines in this.
Dude.
Some
Well, I
beautiful
mean, he always
delivery of
has great
dialogue.
deliveries, but yeah, this is
Go
you
get
can
a
definitely
job in a
see,
traveling a guy with a talking head. Get a job in a traveling circus.
yeah.
Oh, this was I'm happy, and I'm surprised you never saw this before. Like,
Yeah, no, this is like I said, this has been on my to watch list for a while. Pretty much once I got used to Jeffrey Combs on Star Trek, I was like, I need to watch more Jeffrey Combs. Oh, this Reanimator seems to be like a cult classic. I should watch this.
oh yeah,
It's something I said to myself like what, like 25 years ago.
well, I'm happy to kind of kick you in the butt and get this one off your watch list.
Well, I mean, they got the panel at Horror Hound, which we'll definitely check out. And I was like, well, if they're doing Reanimator panel, I should just go ahead and watch
the
Reanimator.
movie. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, now I have.
I mean, there's also we should there's also Bride of Reanimator, which
yeah,
you should check out on your time.
Yeah, there's the two sequels.
No,
Bride
no.
Reanimator looked like it was mostly the original people back, and then
Yeah.
what was the third?
Don't
one?
worry about
It
Beyond
quite a bit later.
Reanimator.
Yeah, Beyond Reanimator.
Yeah, don't worry about that one.
Like even the poster looked not
don't
good.
worry about
No.
that one. Don't
Yeah.
worry about that one. Don't worry about
Well,
that one.
it looked like a sci-fi movie. It really did.
Yeah, it's kind of this series is Season of the Witch, if you will.
I like Season of the Witch.
So do I, though. So do I. Like I like that one. I don't get the hate.
Not be fair.
Now the hate for Halloween 5, I understand. That one was terrible.
Halloween 5 sucks.
The best part is that the cops and their fucking theme song.
Yeah. Hey, I enjoy Halloween Resurrection, but I 100% get the hate for it too because I don't enjoy it because it's good.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it because it's good at all. I enjoy it because it's bad.
And Halloween 5 is just kind of bad in my opinion. There's a little
4 is gaining a new appreciation, which is good.
Oh yeah, no, I think 3 and 4 were underrated because 3 and 4 were decent.
Well, yeah, I think we've talked about this in our Halloween episode, but 3 has the best opening credits. Like,
oh yeah, the digital pumpkin is awesome. Yeah.
No. I'm sorry, not 3, but 4. 4 has the best like return to form credits, like the eerie farmland and just the Halloween stuff.
Yeah, that was good too. Well,
yeah.
4 might have the best ending too, that they completely abandoned with the next one, which is part of why 5 sucks.
Fucking right.
Oh my god, I love the twist ending in 4, and
so frustrating.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
getting
ready
into
for
horror.
X-Men?
Yeah. Let's get into X-Men before we derail completely.
Yeah, we're well into the Reanimator trail. X-Men, season 2, the animated series. This is
I would-
good again, but I definitely prefer season 1 to this. And I think one of the things I think is interesting is season 1 did feel a bit kind of almost scattershot in its stories, because it has great stories, but almost felt like big event story, big event story, big event story. And season 2 definitely kind of streamlines what's probably going to be the formula going forward, where there's kind of just like this season long storyline, primarily the thorough line here being Professor X and Magneto on the Savage Land, just running around essentially, while the X-Men do all these little stories in the middle. And overall, this is fine. Let me go ahead and bring up IMDb since I still have it up, because there was a couple stories that I thought were, well, the one off the top of my head I'll bring up immediately. The Gambit storyline with him with the Thieves Assassin and going against, or the Thieves Guild going against the Guild of Assassins and having to do this tie to an external, and that's probably comic accurate, but was fucking weird.
I liked it. I enjoyed that one. I also enjoyed the Red Dawn episode with Colossus.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, well, Omega Red was awesome.
Yeah, and the one that happened,
again.
I think one that happened earlier when we first see Colossus this run is like some of those guys from the front of house, or the Friends of Humans.
Yeah, Friends of Humanity. Yeah,
I've worked in kitchens too long, and I see that, and I went, "Oh, front of house. Yeah, that fits. That fits. They're a bunch of jerks."
Yeah.
Kidding. Like these guys run and try and corner her, and then Cyclops runs and go, "Hey, get out of here, bud. It's your business." I'm like, "Oh, that's your first mistake right there." And then they try to attack him, and that was their second mistake, because that's Colossus. He's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
He throws a guy again. Like, see, that's what happens.
Oh, well, like the anime fan, the new X-Men Backlash confuses me. X-Men has always been meaningful, tasteful allegories for decades. True. I mean, there's even, like, I believe it's the first episode of season 2 where they talk about how bigotry is like this vile thing that needs confronted. Like they're saying it straight to your face.
They're not even sugarcoating it. Like,
and this, we're not talking about the new woke X-Men 97, whatever woke means. We're talking about season 2 X-Men the animated series. They're just saying it. So like, yeah, the outrage over it really confuses me, because X-Men's been about that. Like, what X-Men comic books and shows have you been watching if you don't think it's been about that?
Yeah, they've always been the ones fighting prejudice.
Yeah, absolutely.
It baffles my mind.
Yeah. The big two-parter, like, and here's the thing that was interesting. So we have the big.
This one had a few two-parters.
Yeah, it opens with "Till Death Do Us Part," which is we should talk about that. The reintroduction of Morph and how Mr. Sinister has warped his mind, and we get the introduction of Mr. Sinister as well pretty early, who is the main villain throughout the rest of this season. Pretty cool main villain too. I mean, Mr. Sinister is pretty badass, and always found it interesting because they kind of had to play up Mr. Sinister, kind of ignoring the fact that we've already had Apocalypse, who is like insanely powerful. But we get a bit more Apocalypse this season as well. Yeah, it's kind of cool to get them, and yeah, and Morph does fuck with the team fairly effectively, I will say.
Yeah, he does.
Let's see.
Like, he's a bit of a problem in this episode. Or not episode, this season.
Yeah, you brought up Red Dawn, which is the Omega Red episode, which is just cool. We also get the Shadow King. I almost forgot about that. Shadow King. This was a cool episode because it introduces Storm's family. We meet her godson, who's been taken over by the Shadow King, and she goes to Africa to save him. And one thing I really noted watching this season, and especially last season, is honestly they do a really good job with Storm and Rogue, especially as characters.
Yeah, Rogue's
Um,
solo story was probably one of my favorites from this season.
Yeah. But the big reason I want to bring up the Shadow King episode was because if anybody hasn't seen season 1 of Legion, where Shadow King is the main villain of that, check it out because that is such a good season. But yes, oh yeah,
I have
Repo Man. I will say that
Repo Man was a
forget.
good one. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Repo Man was good. Time Fugitives, the second two-parter in this season. That one
Well, I
was.
wanted to talk about that because I really liked part 1, and then part 2 felt like too much rehash to me.
Okay.
Because I was just planning to get to finish episode 7 and call it a day for that day, and then I liked it so much I watched episode 8, and I was like, it didn't hold me as well.
Yeah, I that's about where I got through with my watch of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured, you know what, I'll watch Rogues and then I'll call it for the day, and then I'll just have like the remainder to watch for that I could hammer out anytime.
Yeah.
And Rogue's Tale was really great. It was like the perfect episode to follow that one. That started off really good. And it's funny because on IMDb, what I'm looking at here is season 8 is top rated.
Or episode 8?
Episode 8,
yeah. Which is kind of funny because I would definitely put episode 7 ahead of episode 8.
Me too.
Rogue's Tale, would that be my favorite this season? Yeah, looking over it, that might be my favorite this season.
I could tell you my least favorite.
What was your least favorite?
Mojo Vision.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We will get to that.
You have some things to say about that one too.
Well, there's a couple here I'm not thrilled with. Mojo Vision's definitely one of them. But Rogue's Tale is just your backstory of Rogue, how Mystique really fucked with her head, and Professor Xavier blocked a lot of her memories, which you could argue is not the best move. And I definitely would argue she should deal with that rather than just have it blocked. But
yeah, absolutely,
it was cool to have that backstory. And Professor X, even in the comic books, he's done questionable things like that, where it's like, I know you're super powerful and can just block people's memories, but maybe don't do that quite so often. Maybe let people deal with their trauma, so that way it doesn't just pop up and they have to restart dealing with it. Just a thought. But after that, we do get the Beast episode, which is okay.
Yeah.
I kind of like Wolverine. Kind of the Beast stuff I thought was a little weird because the biggest thing that bugs me is he's getting into this relationship with this blind woman who he cures, but he's getting into a relationship with one of his patients, and that's one of those things where it's like,
yeah, it kind of gave me Red Dragon vibes for a little bit.
Yeah, kind of not thrilled with that one. But I do like Wolverine sneaking into the Friends of Humanity and exposing Grayson Creed as the son of Sabretooth and having him do a meltdown.
I did enjoy that. That was fun to watch.
And that brings us to everybody's favorite episode, Mojo Vision. Oh wow, this might be the lowest rated one too. Honestly, I can see why. Mojo Vision is an episode that I think has a really promising premise and really does fuck all with it. Jesus Christ. So it's a really, really wonky, like the premise I think is actually kind of out there, but could kind of work. So Mojo is this intergalactic dude who does this TV show. Long Shot's his star, but Long Shot's, like not wanting to work with Mojo because he's a creepy fuckface. Accurate.
He's Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Yes, he is. And so Mojo kidnaps the X-Men and makes them the stars of his new show.
Yeah.
Mojo's kind of gross throughout all this, but it's like, okay, fine. And then like they do these shows, and the first show is it's like almost like a Miami Vice thing with like it's a Cyclops and Storm.
Wolverine. Yeah.
And how do they do the Miami Vice thing? Oh, just an action thing where they're blasting at each other. It's like, why don't you do the Miami Vice thing? Why do you set up the Miami Vice thing, have a Miami Vice type title, and then do the Miami Vice music, and then
no payoff.
Yeah, did not do the Miami Vice thing at all. Just
It's because
on the water.
it's just because they couldn't get Glenn Fry from the Eagles to cameo in it like he did in Miami Vice.
Yeah, and then the next one is Rogue and Beast in like this space adventure, and that one is, I
Kinda
guess that's
funny.
fine for the premise.
Kind of funny,
but
yeah.
But then it's Jean Grey and Wolverine and I Dream of Jean. So it's like, oh, so this will just be like a goofy comedy. No, it's just another action thing where they're fighting robots. And it's like, I feel like there's ideas here, and you guys you're doing fuck all with them in this episode.
And Jean had more to do this season, I will say.
Yeah, no, she had a bit more to do. I still want her to be more developed. I definitely feel like Rogue and Storm are like
got heavy development
really
in this
doing well.
season. Yeah.
Yeah, like Rogue, Storm, and Wolverine are really doing quite well. And
Beast
Gambit
got a lot of
Beast did
character
pretty well as well.
Yeah, Gambit and Beast, like all of them got great character development this season.
Mm-hmm. Cyclops and Jean Grey definitely feel kind of left out, especially Jean. And which is interesting because like Mr. Sinister has the huge interest in the two of them, but like that's it. Like they don't get their own episodes or anything. They're the big interest, and then
yeah, I kind of thought that was weird that he was bringing that up in the last episode, and it's like, really? Like, now you mention this?
Mm-hmm. Really, it seems like all the other characters are vastly more interesting, but okay. But yeah, then after Mojo Vision, we get the two-parter with where they all go to the Savage Land. They all lose their powers. I did think, I know it's a kid show, but it did kind of bug me how Wolverine just popped out his claws without his mutant powers, and he's just popping them in and out, and it's like,
Adamantium skeleton.
You should be bleeding, dude.
Adamantium skeleton. He did say he wishes he had that healing power.
Yeah, well, you should be bleeding a lot. I know it's a kid's show, but
he should be. Absolutely.
But yeah, they go there. They turn off the mutant power inhibitor and save the day. Yay! And they freeze us to Savage Land, which apparently Magneto went there before and started building a complex and had mutates there who now work for Mr. Sinister. And there's this huge backstory there that we like barely skimmed. That if I remember correctly, I don't think we ever returned to this stuff at all. But it's like, I feel like there's a lot of backstory we don't know going on here.
Yeah, there's totally a lot more that we could have like explored in that.
Mm-hmm. But I did think Mr. Sinister worked really well as the season-long villain. Yeah, overall, I would say I don't like this quite as much as season 1, but it's got some bangers in there. And this season feels definitely more focused than season 1. Kind of, I feel like season 1 is just like, let's just throw everything at the fan and see if this sticks. And once it's stuck, they just went, okay, now we need to figure out how we can actually turn this into a long-running series.
Yeah.
And that's what we get with season 2. It's good. They do figure it out fairly quickly. We get big events, but they're more like spaced out in a reasonable way. Of course, looking at season 3, I'm like, okay, so we're just going to go back to some big events soon. But
yeah, we're going to be hitting it hard.
Yeah. Well, next season we got Phoenix and Dark Phoenix, and there's a lot more episodes, so we'll just cover Phoenix next week. But
okay,
I mean, I am excited to check it out because
next week is the concert, you said.
That's right. So in 2 weeks. Yes. I I assume the Phoenix Saga is accurate because I have not read Phoenix Saga, but I have read Dark Phoenix Saga, and I will say, outside of like changing character roles, the overall story is fairly accurate as I remember. To the comic book, they just switched some characters around because I know Colossus was in the comic book at that time, and Nightcrawler. Beast was there, but he had a much minor role, so obviously he's gonna have a bigger role in the animated series. But yeah, that will be fun. And yeah, next week we got the concert coverage. Gonna go see that concert tomorrow, but you'll see the clips of it next week. I'm not 100% sure when we'll do the live stream of the album ranking. Probably gonna shoot for this time next week, but we will see. And yeah, Depeche Mode will get retired and probably get replaced by either Gary Newman or Ministry, unless Frontline really blows me away. I like Frontline Assembly, but like I definitely prefer Gary and Ministry, so it'll probably be one of those two. Then in 2 weeks, we'll get to what do we have on there? I know we have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and then I'm pretty sure we do have X-Men.
Yeah, I think we have the part 1, but we haven't decided like what episodes we'll go through.
I kind of assumed 1 through 10. We could do 1 through 9.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with 1 through 10.
Yeah, and we can divide it either way. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then I try to remember what the third thing is.
Roadhouse.
Oh yes, Jake Gyllenhaal's Roadhouse. I'm kind of excited to watch that. Not because I think it'll be good. He definitely won't. It won't be Patrick Swayze, but I don't know. We'll see. Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a good actor, so it's kind of interesting to see him do a Roadhouse.
Yeah,
okay.
he is a good actor. Much better than Jared Leto.
Well, that might be kind of a low bar, but okay. I don't want to crap too much on Jared Leto. I think he has potential, but he seems like
he was good in like Requiem. He was good in that. He was really great at letting Edward Norton beat the ever living shit out of him in Fight Club.
Was he in Fight Club?
Yes, he was. He was the blonde-haired rock star guy.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, I also think he's probably a bit of a creep too.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, he just seems like he's kind of a fucking creep. Well, I mean, he there's those stories about like to get into character for Joker, he would mail his cast members weird things, and it's like, why? It sounds like you're just being an asshole.
Yeah, it just sounds like you're being a dick.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, and everybody was like, hey, why isn't Joker gonna be in Birds of Prey? It's like, probably because he was an asshole on the set of Suicide Squad. I don't know.
Yeah, probably that.
I don't think that's the official reason, but like, if the stories about what he did were true, then yeah, I wouldn't want him on set either.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, those are the next 2 weeks. Thank you everybody for watching. Fun stream.
Yes, be sure to like. Yeah. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to both of our channels and the podcast channel. Ring the bell so you know when we're going live. So
yes,
all that stuff.
Party on.
Party
do the
on.
algorithm stuff. The algorithm stuff helps us on YouTube. It's an algorithm game. It really fucking is. Everyone party on and be excellent to each other.